I have to really work to get my feet to come out from underneath it.
I loved all your facts about the coldness.
Did you like that?
I was sitting here in my Slanket just listening to it.
Nice and cozy.
Laughing at all those facts.
Gary Clegg is very comfortable, but not always. There was a time back in college that you thought there's got to be a better way to relax. Take us back to before everybody owned a Slanket.
Sure.
And what inspired you then?
Yeah, it was one of those moments, and it was freezing cold in Maine, where I was in school. And yeah, it was one night I was just watching TV. It was very late around this time on the East Coast, and I wanted to be totally covered by my blanket, cocooned in my blanket, but still have my hands free. So it was one of those nights where I wanted the blanket all the way up to my chin, covering my shoulders, but I needed my hands free. I had the idea for a blanket with sleeves. Went home for Christmas. It was exactly this time of year, and my wonderful mother helped make me the very first Slanket. I told her I wanted a blanket with sleeves. I told her I wanted the sleeves to be very large and loose, so you didn't feel like you were wearing something. And then after that, I asked myself, what did I want in the perfect blanket? Gigantic size was the next aspect. And so now we kept the same specs in that original Slanket all those years ago.
But a better fabric.
Better fabrics,
pockets.
Foot pocket, hand pocket.
Well,
so this is the updated version, but always the gigantic
And the reason
size.
you're coming to QVC for it is because you're saving. It's $10 off today. So you get a Slanket for $21, and let's talk choices. The one that I am wrapped up in is the cheetah.
Yeah.
This is so dramatic and gorgeous. I love the cheetah, but I'm also very fond in fashion of gray camo. And so to see that choice on you, I feel like that might appeal to a lot of people watching. So that's 2 of the 6. And then tell me about the other 4 that you brought us here, Gary.
Sure, that deep purple right next to you. You know, a few years ago, that became a unisex color, purple. So everyone loves that.
And I think that for a lot of college teams, that's a really good one.
Absolutely. And then the plaid, which is kind of the homage to the cabin life in Maine. And then the blue after that, kind of a denim deep blue. And then the patriotic, which is exclusive to QVC.
Oh, well, we know a lot of our folks love to have patriotic things in the home throughout the year, not just waiting till July for it. We popped up some of the reviews right now. Why is that? Because the Slanket is customer top rated, and so you're saving $10 on something that the people who own it are crazy about it, and you're going to see that. Please look at some of those reviews. How are we doing on the patriotic choice right now, Jonathan? I just don't want to miss an update if there is one on the patriotic. Item number here is H217205. Mr. Jonathan, do we have an update on patriotic yet? Is there an update on patriotic? Oh, great. Most limited. Okay, so don't wait on it because I don't want you to miss it. You know, like we don't get them back until months later and then winter is over. You want to obviously be in this right now.
Right.
So what were some of the upgrades? Let's go back to the fabric and some of these other things that you've done over the years.
Yeah, sure. The original Slanket was quite simple. It was a fleece. Very long because the idea was to wrap your feet up, but over the years I've been trying to evolve it. So one thing was to make the material softer, because I always thought, why should only children have their baby blanket, that blankie that they drag around, and with that really thick plush. So, and also it's something that's going to be totally covering you, touching your skin. I tested so many fabrics for hours and hours, picking the best fabric. So it's very thick, but very lightweight.
Yeah.
The Slanket is large, so you don't want to feel weighted.
And I'm not overheating in it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very thick in its plushness, but it's still very lightweight.
And then the pockets, we've got one here like a kangaroo pocket, but then you've also incorporated one for our feet.
Yeah, a few years ago, it was the natural evolution for the Slanket. Everyone has ice cold feet, right? Even myself. Sometimes they say it's only the ladies, but trust me, I have
get it
cold
too.
feet. Oh yeah. So we added the foot pocket. It's very large, deep. So you could fit a couple pairs of feet in there actually, and that became standard on all Slankets because the QVC customer fell in love with it, and we got the feedback, and then we added the kangaroo pouch also.
Is it 60 by 80? Is that the overall size?
Yes, 60 by 80 is the overall size.
I just want to stand up and show everybody because I feel like one of the things when you're sitting here is it's just like puddling everywhere. It's so generous in size.
Yeah.
So if you're like my husband who's 6'2" and you're constantly getting like the short end of the stick or whatever throw that you're wrapping up in, there is no way you're running out of fabric with this.
No. That was my whole idea. I always say the 3 S's. It's the softness with that plush, the sleeves, which make the Slanket, and the size. And so I made this product for myself originally, so I really had no restrictions. So I kind of went above and beyond in terms of the size. I wanted it to be even larger than you really need, because then you can fully wrap yourself up numerous times. A lot of people tell me they're in the Slanket, but then there's enough room for one person on the side and another person on the side, some people with kids, and definitely people with pets.
Some of the reviews, and you might have seen a few of them, but I love people talking about that it's perfect for relaxing, that it's ideal for road trips. They appreciate the coverage, that for snack time, nothing's better than the Slanket because your hands are open, the rest of you's covered. To take this to a football game, somebody said they dig it for tailgating. And then this was a joke that a lady said about her husband, but he's so crazy about the softness that he told her he wanted to be buried in his Slanket because like here and later, he just loves it so much that it's so soft. I just love how crazy people are about this, and it has to make you swell with pride to know that you had this idea, you brought it to the world, and everybody loves it.
It's one of the best things to receive all that feedback and from around the world.
Yeah.
So I see how people are using their Slankets in ways that I never even thought of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from the smallest children playing video games. I was 17 years old, a guy in a dorm room when I created it. Years later, now I know how people are using it, from my mother, knitting, to children. And like you said, you and I were talking earlier.
People who have medical issues need to wrap up in something soft.
Exactly.
Well, you're in the camo. I have the cheetah here. And then here's your first solid. That's the purple. We have it in plaid. Next over, the second solid is blue, but we're most limited in the patriotic, done exclusively for QVC. Gary's so good about bringing that to us here, and we're thrilled that we can present it to you for $10 less than a QVC price, so $21. It's H217205. Gary, thank you for being here, and we didn't even touch on care, but machine wash, tumble dry. Love that, especially if you're having snacks and drinks and all that business. Okay, still coming up, we've got a brand I'm certain you've heard of for the home, that's Serta, and they bring to us a luxury plush electric